Hey everybody, so I want to talk about this girl that came online about a few months ago, and she was very raw, open, and transparent about what she was going through. So basically, I've been keeping up with her over the months, and I remember she came out and she made a video explaining that her food addiction got so bad that she had to start living in her car.
I am moving into my car. There are lots of reasons on why I'm doing this. The main one being that I just can't afford rent. I can't afford rent, if I want to move into an apartment. Today is my first day in my car. My life is not going the way that I want it to go. I'm literally 25 with like nothing to show for it. And I need some discipline in my life, and living in my car for a bit. It's not the first time, by the way. I just have to do this. I know you guys see how big I am. I'm also on a weight loss journey as well. Like, everything is connected. I have had two apartments where I have no discipline, in the bed all day, eating, not going to the gym, and just things like that. And overall, I need discipline, and I know living in my car will give me that discipline. So yes, everything is connected.
What popped up in my head was, I don't get it. Like, I don't get the correlation. Like, why do you need to live in your car to fix the food addiction? And so I guess her story was she just couldn't trust herself being in her apartment by herself with all the food. She would order out a lot. And this really caused her to like rapidly put on a lot of weight. And just also, she talked about her struggles with like depression. And from what I got from what she was saying was she was depressed, so she kind of turned to food.
It basically all starts from childhood, and honestly, I have never really had great eating habits and healthy habits and things like that. But I know for sure it's definitely revolves around childhood trauma, which is why I emotionally eat, especially when I'm sad, when I'm angry. I basically eat all the time, especially out of boredom. I've always done it.
So she would talk about how she did not shower for long periods.
I don't want to be in an apartment right now because I don't do anything. I'm depressed. All I do is eat. I have been living in my car for about a week, and I have taken a shower every day, which is not normal for me. We are going to get into that later, with the depression, um, and the other things that led me to live in my car. I would sleep all day in my apartment. Yes, I had a job, but when I wasn't working, I would sleep all day. I would eat all day, and I would not shower. This is going to be really embarrassing for me to tell people, that I'm saying it on camera. I'm actually saying it out loud. So please do not judge me. But this is real life for people, and this was real life for me. When I had an apartment, I would go about a month. This is like my lowest. I would go like a month or a month and a half without taking a shower. I would work from home. So I'm home all day. I don't go outside because I'm embarrassed of going outside.
From what I gauged that she said was her solution was if she goes to her car and lives in her car, it'll force her to get her diet together and get her weight together. And I'm assuming her thinking process was, well, if you're in a car, you don't have access to like a fridge and stuff like that. I don't know what the logic was behind that, but that's what she said. She felt like living in her car would help her get her weight together. So it's not like she lost her apartment or anything like that. No, she didn't lose her apartment, as what she said. She said she chose to live in her car to get her weight together. So I have been like just keeping my eye on her. Her little videos would just pop up. And so I would just, keep up with her videos. She would post all of these like I'm in my car vlogs, and she would go on live a lot, and she would just talk about her journey. I did notice when she was on live, she would tend to like snack a lot and then hide it and apologize. So I seen her eating licorice, and she like apologized for it. So but what really caught my attention was this video that she recently just posted. Now, months have gone by, right? So she kind of took a break from YouTube, came back. She's still in the same position. She still weighs the same. She's still in her car. She just seemed very stressed when it came to trying to lose weight. And she emphasized, like, she's really struggling with her weight loss journey, and she keeps kind of just like falling off. It seems like she's putting a lot of pressure and stress around trying to lose weight.
Hello, everyone. Hello. And and welcome back to my channel. I'm like really embarrassed and really ashamed. You know, I haven't filmed or posted a video in like 56 days. I had a plan that I was supposed to be following through, and I just completely like fell off the wagon to where I didn't want to record. I didn't want to be on camera. I didn't want to do anything. I have done absolutely nothing. And yes, I still live in my car. And let me just backtrack. I appreciate all the comments, and some of you even messaged me on Instagram. But yeah, you know, lots of concerned comments. Hey, where are you? I hope you're doing okay. You haven't posted in a while. You're scaring me. I was really over the way that I look on camera. Like, I was supposed to lose a couple pounds by now, but I haven't. I don't know why it's so hard. Like, it's not hard, but it's all in your mind, and my mind just sucks. It just sucks. And you know, like the addiction that I have, which is like food and binge eating, and that really played a role kind of in why I haven't shown my face on here. Like, this is really embarrassing to talk about. Like, and it's freaking April. It's April. I started this channel in December. I've wasted 5 months. Like, in 5 months, it just went like that. And I am so tired of time passing me by, and I literally haven't done anything. But like, my number one priority, like, is getting my health in order and all that. I'm just tired. 2 months, and I'm so irritated how that time just passed me by. And now it's April. It's the middle of April, almost May. It's almost May. Somebody needs to stop me. Somebody who's watching this needs to come, I don't know, come grab me through the screen and slap me. I have wasted so much time, and I am so tired of looking at myself in the mirror. I'm so tired of looking at myself on camera. Like, I don't know. So I'm thinking about just sharing my weight loss journey on here with the numbers and everything.
And so now I never do this. I never do this. I don't comment. Like, listen, I talk a lot about everyone on my channel. But what I don't do is go to their territory and say anything. But this time I decided to leave a helpful comment in her comment section. I said this in the nicest way that I could say it, okay? The thing is, I'm blunt on my channel, but I know time and place. I said it extremely nice, and I just said, hey girl, it seems like you have a very black and white personality slash relationship with food. It seems like your relationship with food is extreme, and it's causing too much stress. And I basically told her the best way to lose weight is just to make it a lifestyle thing. I also showed her a little bit of compassion, and I just told her, yeah, YouTube is brutal, you know, don't pay these comments any mind. Just showing a lot of like empathy and just trying to help, right? And then so after I commented that, 1 second later, it said error. And then I like went back and she deleted my comment. She deleted my comment. And I was like, oh, okay. I see the problem here. You're one of those types. And this is why a lot of women tend to put on a lot of weight, because they don't like criticism. Like, so everybody else in her comment section was throwing her an entire pity party. Okay. They were just, I'm so sorry, not really giving her any solutions. Now, I don't go to people's channels, and like I said, this was the exception to the rule. I never do this. But like, if you keep on complaining about the same thing, eventually people are going to feel compelled to try to give you an answer, because it seems like you're stressed about this problem. Like, she would upload video after video after video. And one thing that I have realized about women, it's kind of like when you have that homegirl that always complains about that man. Okay, and then when you give solutions, she doesn't want to hear it. And it's like she never fixes the issue with him. That's kind of what it reminds me of. And a lot of women just tend not to be very like solution oriented. It's to a fault. I feel like that's why a lot of women end up gaining weight in the first place. Like, you'll have the boyfriend trying to tell you like, hey, slow down now. But see, women like pity parties rather than real advice. Like, I was the only one in the comment section that in a very nice way, was just trying to give her real advice because you're complaining. She just seemed very stressed and confused as to why she couldn't really lose the weight. It has been months and she still looks the exact same. And see, I noticed that a lot with content creators in general, no matter what the topic is, if it's a girl like Steph Co, always coming online and complaining about her love life, and then when people give her solutions, she deletes your comment, deletes the videos, doesn't want to hear it, but she's in the same spot. These people that do this, they still be in the same spot years and months later. They're unteachable. Because if months go by and you're trying to lose weight, months is enough time for you to get something shaking. If you are still in the same spot and months have gone by in your weight loss journey and you still weigh the same, something is truly wrong. And that's not the time to be throwing the person a pity party. It does nothing. Let's get back to the original point of the video. So let me just remind you what was going on with her. She started living in her car because she felt like she could not manage her food addiction living in her apartment by herself. It wasn't because she was broke. She said she chose to live in her car, right? But yet, after months of living in your car, you're still the same exact weight, you're in the same exact position. So, what did we learn here? The lesson is you cannot outrun yourself. Okay, she's trying to outrun herself. The apartment that you were living in was not the issue. You moving into a car to try to fix your weight, that's not the solution. You have to fix yourself within. But that's the issue that you have to tackle. Like what the YouTuber Dial C for Cerise said, she said, when it comes to weight loss, you cannot just put a band aid on the issue. No, you have to get to the root of the problem. And usually the root is yourself. What is making you feel compelled? I mean, when she would describe how much food she would eat, it would just be a lot, like kind of similar to the people on My 600 Pound Life. That's how she would eat.
For now, she would buy a box of fruit snacks, for my little brother. Obviously, he's a minor. He lives with my mom. And I'm just staying because I have nowhere to go. She would buy groceries. Let's say she would buy a big box of the 50-pack Welch's fruit snacks. She has to hide them from me. I'm a grown ass woman and she has to hide the fruit snacks from me. If she were to leave the fruit snacks out, and this has happened before, I would literally eat the whole box. This is why it's important to Google what binge eating is, because when I have snacks in my vicinity, I can't just take one. I can't just take one. That's how you know it's a real mental issue. When you see because a normal person will see a box of fruit snacks. Okay, let me get a fruit snack. Let me get two, let me get two fruit snacks and just be done. Won't think about the fruit snacks again. Let's say I'll start off with 4. Let me get 4 packs of fruit snacks, right? When I'm done eating and I know the fruit snacks are there in the cabinet, that's all I think about. That's all I think about are the fruit snacks in the cabinet. This goes with any snack. This goes for pizza rolls in the fridge. Oh, the serving is about 10 pizza rolls. Nope. Nope. I have to eat the entire bag. The family size bag of chips. Oh, serving size 14 chips, which should be regular, like for a regular person, like, okay, like let me grab a few chips just to hang me over. Nope. I gotta eat the whole pack of chips. So like when I had my apartment, I tried not to buy snacks because it's impossible for me to keep it. Normal people, they have a pantry. You have Pop-Tarts, you have fruit snacks, you have granola bars. When I tell you, because I have failed so many times, I would go to the grocery store. I would go grocery shopping. Normal people, they buy snacks to put in their cabinet. I would go grocery shopping. Why would everything be gone, including the snacks, in about 2 days? And I was in my apartment. For some reason, Domino's had like possessed me. Domino's had something over me where it's the $6 deal, or I think it's like $6.99 for a pizza. I would get the deep dish pepperoni pizza. I'd get the deep dish chicken Alfredo pizza. I'd also get the chicken Alfredo pasta. So those are 3 things for about 8 to 10 people. I would order that for dinner every night, to the point where it's so embarrassing because when you're getting it, it's like, oh, like obviously, this is for a family. Nope, it's for me. It's for me. And basically, I used to binge eat all the time living in an apartment, which is why um, I don't want to be in an apartment right now because I don't do anything. I'm depressed. All I do is eat. I have been living in my car.
It sounded like enough to feed a gathering. She has an extreme black and white personality. You're an all or nothing person. You literally moved out of your apartment and into your car. You chose homelessness. That's so extreme. You willingly chose homelessness just to try to, just restrict yourself and punish yourself for eating so much in your house. You have a very like black and white personality and it shows up in your food. She's an all or nothing person. Either I'm going to live in my house and eat up all the food and eat up food for 5 people, or I'm going to live in a car and try to restrict myself. So that's where she went wrong. But you thought, oh, the house is the problem. Okay, so let me demonize living in an apartment and go move into my car and put all the blame on that. It was the apartment's fault as to why I couldn't stop eating. And now you figured out the hard way months later. It's not the apartment. Wherever you go, there you are. You cannot outrun yourself. It is you why you can't stop eating. My best advice for her, you have to get rid of your all or nothing personality in all categories. So go back in your house, okay? You're going to go back in that apartment and face the real issue. Stop running away from the issue. Face the real issue as to why you cannot put the fork down and stop eating for 5 people. It's not your apartment's fault. It's your fault. Also, don't punish yourself. Why are you punishing yourself? That in so many words, that's just what I grasp as her reason for living in the car. She's almost like punishing herself. Sweetheart, when I had gained the weight, I didn't punish myself. My attitude was literally like, "Oh, okay, for sure. Like I could just lose this." Like it's not that big of a deal. Even with you punishing yourself, it's showing that you have an extreme all or nothing personality. You don't have to be so extreme. Try to have a more stress-free relationship around losing weight and food. Like for me, my weight loss journey was super stress-free. It was like I got on the scale, I'm like, "Oh, okay, this is not really what I want to see on the scale." It's okay though. Like I wasn't tripping. I'm just solution oriented. So in my head, I was like, "Oh, okay, I could just lose this. Like let me just lose this real quick." Like it's not a big deal. It happens to all of us. Most women are going to end up gaining weight, not just naturally, but it's just due to like eating habits and just not being on top of our stuff. It happens to most of us. Okay, it's not a big deal. Let's just get it back down. Okay, that's all. You're too stressed out about it. I can tell in your voice when you talk. I need everybody to just work on try to have a more relaxing relationship around food. Like it's really not that serious. Check if you have an all or nothing personality in other areas of your life because it shows up in how you eat and your relationship with food as well. That does not just stop, that's who you are. So, here is some examples that you can check yourself on. Do you tend to binge TV series all in one day, all in a few days, back to back to back? That's probably why you tend to binge on food. Nip that in the bud. Do you tend to find a YouTube channel that you like my channel, and binge all of my videos in one sitting? That's probably why you binge on food as well. Okay? You have to really train yourself to understand every aspect of your life so that way it can manifest in how you view food as well. Train your mind to not be in such a rush. It's not going anywhere. My videos will be here later on. The TV show that you're trying to binge, it's going to be there later on. The food, it's going to be there later on. You do not need to eat the entire box. You do not need to binge the entire TV show. That is signs of all or nothing black and white personality. And it's a huge reason why people cannot lose weight, they get obese, or can't keep weight off. This is something that I really had to learn myself. So if you hear anybody using this talking point, Just know Blunt Girly said it first because I came up with this on my own. Just saying. Like this girl, yeah, she has an all or nothing black and white personality. Either I'm going to live in a comfortable home and eat up all the food, or I'm going to try to punish myself and be in the car to discipline and restrict myself and be homeless. Shelter or homeless. Shelter or homelessness. That's an all or nothing personality. It's things like that that shows up in how you eat. You're trained to view things as all or nothing. That's why you finish the entire box of donuts because you're an all or nothing type of person. You have a scarcity mindset. You don't understand the concept of abundance and that things will be there later for you to enjoy. Live your life in moderation. So, you, Miss Lady, you need to go back into your apartment, try it over again, get down to the psychology of what's making you eat this way, try to level up your life, get away from all of the people that are telling you as you are hitting rock bottom that you are beautiful, you are fine the way you are. They're not giving you any constructive criticism. What you need to do is go watch channels that make you feel uncomfortable and compelled to change your situation. That's what you need to do. You need to go back in that house and stop running away from the fact that when you're in that house, you keep binging on a bunch of food. You need to go back in that house and tackle the issue and deal with your problems. Face it head on. Stop running away from it. You going into that car and trying to be homeless to get away from that fridge, you're running away from your problems. Get back in that house and go figure out what is making me feel the need to eat for 5 people. Okay? And then what you're going to do is sit with it, understand it, unpack it, and try to slowly fix it. As long as y'all keep having this all or nothing personality, you will get nowhere. Okay? Food is not that serious. It shouldn't be a huge stressor and a big deal. It's just food. It will be here tomorrow. You will live. I always talk about discipline. You have to learn how to tell yourself no and put it down. Go do something else. Go find another hobby and come back to it later on. Think about it like this, okay? When you binge all that food and you eat for 5 people, do you feel good after or while you're doing it? You feel like crap while doing it. So, like, what is the point of doing that? Said you need to start journaling and really understanding why am I doing this, because once you understand, then you can tackle the issue, face it forward, and stop. Most people, when they eat that much, when they eat for 6 people, you don't even feel good. You don't. You know what does feel good though? What feels good is eating half of the Chipotle bowl and then knowing that you have more to look forward to later on. The Chipotle bowl is not going anywhere. You don't need to swallow it in one sitting. Food is not even enjoyable when you swallow it in one sitting. You're always bloated. You always need to use a toilet. You're uncomfortably full. You have nothing to look forward to later on. There's beauty in saving things for later. Even like, when you join people's Patreons. I know you're all excited to be in their Patreon or their membership, and you just get excited and you binge all their content in one day. Do you notice that you also do that with food? You get excited to see a box of donuts and you eat it all in one sitting. You don't have anything to look forward to for later. What's the point of that? And you're not even really enjoying it. Even when you do it with people's content or TV shows, you can't even really, like, if you're doing it with my videos on YouTube, you can't really soak in all the message if you just watch it all at once. I remember they would say that about the Bible. You're not supposed to sit there and just binge read the Bible. No, you have to sit and soak with each scripture and let it marinate on you. Take your time when you're in the process of learning. Take your time with everything. It's not a rush. It's not a race. Food tastes better when you sit, take your time with chewing, talk a little, then put some more in your mouth, chew, talk a little. Have you ever noticed when you do that, when you take your time with food, it tastes better? It doesn't even taste good when you put it all in your mouth. Just saying. The purpose of the video is, it's not your house's fault while you're big. Your car that you're trying to live into to escape the reality of your problems in that house that you haven't dealt with, that car is not going to fix your problem, as you can see, because it's been months and you're still in the same spot with your weight. You cannot outrun a bad diet. You cannot outrun yourself. We can spend all day throwing ourselves a pity party, blaming things. Oh, you're blaming the apartment you were living in. Let me guess, you were blaming the fridge. No, it's you. No wonder why she deleted my comment. No wonder. You have that personality type where you will do anything to outrun yourself. Whenever the problem is being presented in your face, you escape it. You run from it. You didn't want to deal with your problems head on, so you went to escape it and live in a car. People who always run away from their own realities, they're always still in the same spot. You couldn't lose weight because it was you. As long as you keep running from yourself, you will be in the same spot. This does not have to be her destination. You don't have to hit rock bottom and be depressed. You can have a happy life. You have to go after it though. It's your life. Happiness doesn't just fall in your lap. You have to be proactive about your life. Okay, because she was talking about she was depressed. You have to be proactive with your life and choose happiness. You cannot outrun yourself and you can't outrun a bad diet.